Hello! I would like to welcome you to the Laramy-K Optician Works Training Center, where today we're going to talk just a little bit about AntiFog, blue light, therapeutic tints, and edge polish. All right, we're going to wrap up a section of our series on dispensing. We've covered lens style, we've covered lens material, then we jumped into lens add-ons. We covered AR or non-glare, covered photochromics, talked about neochrome, well, you talked about tints. We talked about suns, polarized, and mirrors. And today we're going to wrap up that section of lens add-ons with AntiFog, blue light, therapeutics, and edge polish. We'll start with AntiFog.
100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something unknown came out of the fog. Now it has returned.
We already covered that in a lot of detail in that video there. We were wearing masks, kind of talking about other applications in this. The Sios AntiFog cloth was the hands-down winner in that. Now, the Big E does have some specific anti-fog lenses available. Regardless whether it is a lens or a cloth that you wipe on the lens to prevent fogging, they need quote-unquote recharging. Okay, so basically, even if you buy a lens specifically designed as an anti-fog product, it still needs to be wiped with a cloth every so often, kind of making the cloth the way to go. Like the rest of this anti-fog, really you're going to have to decide on your own whether it is a product you want to sell or not. Blue light, like religion and politics, you are just going to believe what you believe. Some people, blue light is a ray of death being shot out by every electronic device. You know, I had one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frigging laser beams attached to their heads. Work with me here, people. And on the other side, part of the blue light spectrum is actually healthy for you and a good thing. Like religion and politics, nothing I say is going to sway your thoughts and opinions. Research it on your own carefully. You decide how you want to handle blue light. My only pet peeve with it all is if you are that concerned about the time you are spending on your electronic devices that they are causing harm to your vision, well, spend less time on your electronic devices. Therapeutic. You have therapeutic tints and you have therapeutic lenses. Generally, I'd say 90% of the time or more, it's going to be something that a customer will ask you for. And there is a list of things that are available in tints and lenses. This can benefit customers with conditions such as developing cataracts, macular degeneration, aphakia and pseudoaphakia, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, aniridia, albinism, optic atrophy, corneal dystrophy, and retinitis pigmentosa. Pigmentosa. There we go. All right. So there are all kinds of lenses and tints out there to help people out. If they help, they help. Again, you need to decide how you want to handle these three pieces of this. They are certainly part of low vision. The different contrasts of those kind of wild colors are out there, your plums and such, will help people with low vision. There are some specific tints that help with a specific kind of color blindness. Kind of sort of gets into the sport contrast stuff for the tennis balls and the sporting clays. Not everything, but it's kind of tied into this. If you research these, you'll find this listed as well over at BPI or Brain Power Incorporated, the folks that make all the different tint stuff. And yours to decide how you want to handle that. And last, but certainly not least, in our lens add-on category, we have the edge polish. That. We do it because, well, it looks nice. I put edge polish in the I'd rather ask forgiveness than permission department. You're the optician. If you think that an edge polish is going to make a nicer looking pair of glasses, well, then just include it in the price of the glasses. Sitting down with your customer, you're reviewing it. Here's the frame. We chose the 160 and the slightly higher index. We're doing the beautiful non-glare coating and the edge polish. Your total is, and I wouldn't really talk about it a whole lot, I would just include it. Use your professional judgment. For folks that do finishing in-house, hopefully a lot of you got your nice edger, making glasses, taking the pride that comes with that. Personally, I always hit the polish button when I was doing poly. It just plain looks better. It makes a nicer pair of glasses. Kind of doesn't even matter what kind of frame it is. Probably a nice thing to do. When I didn't charge for it, I just hit that button. It is almost, sort of, with the exception of that, I suppose, almost never a full eye wire. Generally, polish we keep for fully rimless, semi-rimless. If you're hitting edge polish or thinking an edge polish would be a good thing in a full eye wire, then you probably have a problem. And we're going to throw that in there with the roll end polish as well. If you're thinking about an edge polish in a full eye wire, particularly a plastic, thicker one, or a roll-in polish, in today's world, you probably shouldn't be. One, anyone can wear contact lenses if they work with the right person. Two, we've been through all this. Good optician stuff, frame sizing, material choice, all those things we've covered before, really should be no need for it here. Almost never need for it here. Remember that polish is available all the way from that full, perfect, deep, shiny clear through to a satin if somebody only wants it, a light polish. That wraps up our section of dispensing on lens add-ons. If you're watching us on Facebook, please give us a like. If you're watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. And make sure that any lens that comes with AntiFog, a blue light blocking filter, a therapeutic tint or edge polish, comes from Laramy-K. And I'll see you again next week.